the big news to discuss about Michael Jackson today. Oh boy, we're going to have so much fun discussing about this as well. So yeah, so anyway, I'm so sorry, just a little bit late. I was going to record today, but I had to wait until the noise stopped because obviously there's a lot going on in my house at the moment with cleaning and stuff like that. So yeah, so do you like my new hair? You know, my mum put blonde streaks in it literally yesterday. So the other video will come up as me with brown light hair still sort of, but do you like it? Like, oh yeah, I'm feeling myself, girlfriend. Oh yeah. As well. I did straighten this morning, although my mum ruined it because she brushed over. I just straightened it, and I was like, no, you're not straightening my hair. I could do it myself. I'm an independent woman. As well. So yeah, so besides that, yeah, so the noise has kind of calmed down a bit because when I recorded my Alice in Wonderland reaction a while ago, there was a lot of noise coming into the microphone, even though my door's closed and everything, there was still noise, so I couldn't, like, it was weird because this doesn't, I don't know how it works because I've got my door closed, but it still picks up noise through the house, like even when someone's vacuuming or like the laundry's on, like the washing machine's on, so it's weird, but besides that, yes. Anyway, besides that, yes, we're going to talk about Michael Jackson. We're going to talk about how he's charting the charts on Spotify. Oh, we're going to have so much fun. And also, we're going to discuss the RT scores. So, a couple of other things about Michael Jackson as well. So, yes. So, anyway, as I mentioned, Michael Jackson, because of the movie that came out. Now, this is only on, now I don't know if it's on any other music app platforms, but I know this is early, the Michael Jackson, songs that I did is early streaming. They're all streaming on other services, but I think this is the only one that I know, so I'm not sure if they're trending anywhere else. But I saw this article, and this, so Michael Jackson songs, trending on Spotify. That's, I think, yeah, like, I've listened to a couple of Michael Jackson songs on YouTube Music, because I don't have Spotify. I used to have Spotify, but I pay for YouTube Music and also Premium as well. So this is only trending on Spotify. So if you have Spotify, you're in luck. So yeah. So there was an article coming out. I saw a couple of articles about this, about his songs topping the charts. Again, we'll discuss that in a minute. So yeah, so after over a decade, 17 years, it's been 13 years since Michael Jackson passed. Wow, that's incredible. I heard that from my dad. I'm like, oh my God, 17 years? Because I thought he passed away in 2009. That was close. It was 2010 he passed, right? Right? Am I right on that? Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, but because of the Michael Jackson movie, if you haven't seen it, go check out. Such a phenomenal movie. Can't wait till it's streaming because I'll probably replay it 100 times over again because it's such a good movie. So yeah, so because of the Michael Jackson movie, because that's doing really well in theaters right now, his songs are charting the charts, obviously, which we'll discuss right now. So I found this on, because someone posted, I saw this on Instagram, okay, so I saw this on Instagram, and look at that, Michael Jackson is at number 1. Isn't that insane? That is insane. Oh my goodness. And that's what other artists like, I don't know why Justin Bieber is second or top still. Like Michael Jackson's like number 1. That's incredible. Even though it's so weird because his songs are so iconic. And it's weird to me, like when Elvis came out, none of his songs were trending. Whitney Houston, none of his songs were trending, even though after those two movies I saw, I was really intrigued, about the songs themselves as well. But none of them were charting. Michael Jackson, even though, his music still lives today, beyond the grave, as they say. But yeah, but it's fascinating, even though he's passed, a lot of people still enjoy his music, which is phenomenal to see as well. Also, you've got some other recurring artists like Taylor Swift. I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan, although I've got I'm not a huge fan of Taylor Swift, but I've got a friend who's a big fan of Taylor Swift and all as well, and also Pink as well. So yeah, so even artists today like Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, love Sabrina Carpenter, but she's lower down on the list, unfortunately. But yeah, but even though Michael Jackson songs, trending at the moment because of the movie, it's interesting to see that a lot of people love Michael Jackson's music and are still listening to it to this day. Even though there are new artists coming out as well, as we discussed recently, it's incredible. It's an incredible achievement as well. Like I said, it's a bit strange, but I guess it's a good in a way because a lot of people are listening to his songs. I discovered a couple of his songs recently as well. Like I've been watching some of his film clips as well. Like I've heard the songs, but I've never got a chance to watch the full movie as well because his music videos are sort of like movies, right? So I recently watched Beat It, Remember the Time, Thriller is another one. Haven't seen the bad one just yet. Like I know it's some bad, but I haven't seen a film clip of that, so I have to look it up as well. So even though those songs, I'm not sure if those songs are charting as well prior, but there's some other songs that are significantly charting as well to a degree. So yeah, so like I said, he is charting big. He's number one on his list, which is crazy and also phenomenally really well. Like even though like I would say Michael Jackson is an older artist, but he came out in because he started out with Jackson 5 and then, pursued his own career. So, because still today, I have to agree, still today, I still listen to older music. And there's something about older music, like, they don't do it like that anymore. Like, you see modern videos today, and they don't actually do that anymore to a degree. But there's something about, like, an old song that gets you pumping and stuff like that. I grew up with a lot of older music because of my mum, and I've also discovered some older classic songs myself. So there's that also too. So it's just amazing to see an artist, who was, in that period, still chart today. And, his songs are incredible. Like, I can't imagine or I can't think that, I wouldn't imagine, like, all the songs I know, like, from heart to heart. Like, all the songs I know, like, I've heard his songs countless times. Like, I know the lyric of the song. I've heard the song. I haven't heard most of the songs. Like, I've heard of Scream, which is a new one for me, and also Blood on Dance Floor. That song's so good. I would check it out. Go check it out as well. So, yes, I've heard some of his songs, but I've never actually took the time to absorb his music, So, anyway, besides the point, so this is on Spotify, by the way. So this is on Spotify, the viewerships of this. So he's got 2.27 billion streams. That is insane. Oh my goodness. That's a lot. Billion? Oh my god, that's insane. So he's got 2.27 billion streams on Spotify. So obviously people are watching also a lot of people are viewing his music and listening to all the way through. So that's incredible. He's got 105 listeners, so obviously, like I said before, a lot of people are listening to Michael Jackson at the moment because of the movie. It's interesting how they spark interest in that too. So he's got 105 listeners listening to his music, which is crazy, but fantastic. So these are the songs that are trending at the moment, okay? I know that Human Nature was one, but I couldn't find the viewership numbers for that. So these are the ones that I know, okay? So Billie Jean is number one. I think, number one. It's streaming number one most on Spotify, I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe that's the point. So Billie Jean, even though that's not my favorite song, is at 2.7 billion. That's insane. Whew! Lots of numbers. Beat It, which is another video that you did, is at 1.8 billion. A little lower, but still pretty good. It also, it's not my favorite song, also Smooth Criminal is at 1.1 billion as well. So yeah, so all the songs are streaming as well. So that's fantastic. I think, Human Nature is one of them. I don't know if his other songs are trending. I'm not quite sure on that. I think it's just those three, including Human Nature. I found that the other day because Human Nature is by a girl band. What's the girl band name called? I don't know what it's called, but I heard the song. I'm like, oh yeah, because I've heard the song of them, but I didn't know that it was like, I didn't know that actually Michael Jackson did the actual song of Human Nature. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So they remixed the song, kind of like Love Never Felt So Good by Justin Timberlake, and also he remixed that song with old footage of Michael Jackson, which is interesting. So I didn't know they actually did the Human Nature song, but also they did it, but also remixed his voice in. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Nice to see that as well. There's a lot of artists these days remixing the songs as well. If you see, It's a Barbie Girl by Nicki Minaj, or Super Freak, the first intro is like, from Rick James, she's alright, the girl's alright, yeah, hey, and then it cuts to Nicki, so obviously she, remixed some of Rick James's vocals in there and did her own track of it, because I'm like, that's fascinating to do as well. So, like I said, I'm not a huge Billie Jean. I don't mind the song, but I'm not a huge fan. Like, I prefer his other songs. But my mum doesn't like Billie Jean either, which is interesting. And I'm interested. I'm shocked it's so high up, because it's streaming more than the other songs on the list as well. So yeah, well, the songs I just said. So yeah, I think I might know because of it. Okay, so in the movie, there's a clip, I believe, and I saw the clip of Jafar Jackson doing Billie Jean. And when you look at the old footage of Michael Jackson, it's the exact same shot for shot. And I think the reason why people are liking that song is because it was in the movie and they would discover what's the song really about. So I think it's interesting. It's, I think because that song was in the movie, a lot of his songs were in the movie as well, but not Smooth Criminal, because that was later on in his career, I believe. But Billie Jean was one of them, and I think a lot of people like, oh my god, I freaking love this song, so that's why that's charting more than the other songs. Like I said, I'm not a huge Billie Jean. I don't really like that song. Like, I've heard of it, but I'm not a big fan. I know that's his signature song. Once he did the moonwalk, that's how he created the moonwalk as well. So that has big significance as well. Not denying that, but I'm not a big fan of that song as well. Also, this makes me think that I hope people who are listening to his songs are going back and seeing Michael Jackson, not just his solo career, but also I hope people going back to where his roots came from with the Jackson 5, because obviously he's the lead singer of the Jackson 5. I listened to some of the Jackson 5 songs. They're fantastic as well. They're really good stuff. I like, they did a really good version of Rock a Robin, and I love that song as well. And it's so good. Rocks in the treetops all the way down. That song. So yes, I love that song that they did. I have to download that song actually tomorrow on my playlist, because I loved it. I'm like, oh, this is a really good song. I should download this as well. ABC is also another one that I like. Can You Feel It, Blame on the Boogie? Those songs as well. So yeah, so I hope people are discovering not only Michael Jackson's solo career, but also hopefully they're going back to, hopefully they're listening to Jackson 5, because not only this was possible without the Jackson 5, as it was discussed in the movie, like, starting out his career, how it took off. So I hope people are discovering the Jackson 5 as well, because they also do really good music as well. Also, I know this is a bit I know this is a bit unrelated, but also Janet Jackson also does really good music. So hopefully, I've listened to Janet Jackson. I've heard of Rhythm Nation, Nasty, which is a really good one. I've heard a couple of songs like All For You I've recently listened to, If, which is another one that she did. So she also does some really good songs. What a musical family. The Jesus Strong, I'll say. But, but hopefully people are discovering the Michael Jackson family with not only Michael, but the Jackson 5, and also hope people are discovering Janet Jackson, because she's also got some really good hits as well, like really good hits as well, to a degree as well. So, yeah, hopefully people are discovering, that music as well. So, besides him charting the #1 charts on Spotify, I'm not sure if you heard about this. Now, because when the movie came out recently, there's been a lot of controversy with, Michael's life and what he did, obviously. And, even though his music's fantastic, like, you also got to, separate the two as well. And I think that's why people, I liked the movie. I really enjoyed the movie. But some people are like, don't like it because of what he did, maybe. I'm not quite sure. So, yeah, so this was on Today's Show, which is an Australian show here. I think they have it in the US, too. So I saw this on the Today Show in Australia, the news about the Michael Jackson, what he did to, what he did to people. I think a family spoke out recently. I think I heard about this. I think a family spoke out recently about what Michael Jackson did as well, to a degree. So I've heard about that. I'm like, oh yeah, I heard about that. There's also there's a YouTube video on 60 Minutes, which is another Australian program here on the news, that also discussed what he did as well. I'm curious to see how they do part 2. We'll talk about that in a separate video, but I'm curious to see how they handle the controversy. Like, you can't fault him for his actions, but then again, people are saying that, I think because what he took kind of changed him. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what I heard, obviously. So there's a lot of water with Michael Jackson. Like, some things you can't believe and some things you can believe. So I'm trying to figure out, like, because I don't really look up Michael Jackson stuff or what he did. I know what he did because my mum talked about it as well to me. But you're just gonna be really careful on what you see, because some things might be fake, some things might be not, as well. So just be careful if you're looking at Michael Jackson's stuff to discover as well. So yeah, so also speaking of, there's a new documentary series coming out. This is a series. So I posted on Friday, like, is this real or not? Because these days you can't tell with AI if stuff is real or not. So I'm like, oh yeah, it is real. I checked out the trailer. It's about Michael Jackson. It's called The Verdict, okay? So this is about him, what he did basically, and I'm curious to see. I'm wondering if because it's hard. It's really confusing to talk about this because Michael Jackson was never found guilty for this in court. Obviously, I think that's what people say. I'm like, you can't prove he wasn't guilty, but then again, he is guilty because he did those things, and I don't think it proved in court that he did those things. So people believe in what they believe, basically. It's very hard. So yeah, so this comes out June 3rd. It's not that far away because we're in May right now. So I'll probably watch it because I love documentaries of celebrities. And I shared this to my mom, and, she said it looked good. So she might watch it as well. Because my mom's recently been watching true crime documentaries. I'm not in that far into it. Like, she finds it really intriguing, but I stay away from true crime. I'm like, nope. I can watch a documentary of a celebrity, of course. True, but true crime, that's way too far for me. Nah, that would just, make my anxiety even more anxious, so I kind of stay away from that. But yeah, but she loves it. I think I got the thriller taste from my mom. Like, I think that's true, because I watched a documentary the other day of Martin Short, Life is Short, and he talked about him and how he became to be so comedic as well. And the fact that he lost so many people, not so many people, but the fact that he lost his parents, his mum passed away when he was really younger, his dad passed away as well when he was younger as well, so that must have been tough. That must be really tough for Martin Short to deal with that. And also, his daughter, recently, this happened recently, and they showed it in the documentary, she passed away, suicide. She commits suicide to herself. I'm like, oh, geez, that's awful to hear. And, it's very sad. The fact that someone can go through life, like, I don't know how people do it. Like, the fact that Martin Short is still positive and a happy person, even though that happened to him and his daughter, commits suicide. She had a lot of mental problems from what I've seen. Because I wanted to look up what really happened. So that's unfortunate. When people commit suicide, it's really hard. Like, mental health and mental illness. Mental health is really important today, and I think a lot of people, there's a lot of that in the world, so that's very sad that unfortunately happened, but it's interesting to see how he overcame that, life throws you hurdles, and it's interesting that he's still, very light-hearted person. You would think that experience would make someone, not as light-hearted, but he came through, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Go check out that documentary, but it's tough. It's really tough, but it's all about, going through that experiences, and we have sometimes have experiences like that sometimes, I've had my challenges, sure, it shows, but at least I don't let that define me or define me who I am. Like, sure, that's horrible and that happened, but, it's all about, overcoming that fear, overcoming that, thing that happened and trying to move on, in the best way you can. So I think that's really good that, even though it's sad what happened, I'm hoping that, he just glides through it as well, because it's very unfortunate when that happens, Anyway, besides that, so I'm watching this as a series, I believe, so they're going to discuss if Michael Jackson is truly, guilty or not for his crimes, we'll see. But also, there's also been some other documentaries because of the movie came out recently. So I saw This Is It. That is such, I've heard that was banned. Well, wasn't one of the Michael Jackson documentaries banned? I think it might have been that one. I'm not quite sure. It might have been that one. I don't know why that was, but it's unbanned now for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, but this is such a really good documentary about Michael Jackson, not only that, but you go behind the scenes and you see what he's, created, and you kind of see behind the scenes, he's involved. Like in the documentary, you see he's very involved with his, performances. And I think a lot of artists aren't like that these days, which is very unusual. But for him, it was like, because he was kind of, if you see his Thriller music video, he produced that. The story was written by him, so he's a very creative and talented person, I would say. As well, it's really good stuff. Go check it out. It's behind the scenes. It's more of a concert thing, not really a documentary about him, but it shows, because he was putting on a performance before. I think this was before he passed away, actually. And it's interesting to see, his creativeness, his mindscape, that kind of thing. It's very interesting stuff there as well. Also, there's been some other documentaries, like there's been Moonwalk. I actually pressed on the wrong one. I'm like, wait, this is it. And I'm on the wrong one, because that was like more like his music and stuff like that, like actual like whole, I would say documentary. I would say more like about his music as well. They had I think on YouTube they had like a trending on the actual Michael Jackson page, they had like a trending of his songs as well. So there's that also. So yeah, that's more about his music as well. But I'm so confused. Am I watching the right one? I'm like, I'm not watching the right one as well. There's also Square One as well. That's been streaming as well. And also there's a documentary about Michael and Bubbles, how he got Bubbles, the monkey from the movie, as well. Although I heard from my mom that Bubbles is still, alive, and he's at a sanctuary, I think. I saw a photo of him and Jafar, the actual Bubbles, not from the movie. The actual Bubbles is in a sanctuary, and he saw him. And my, that's fantastic. I'm glad he's getting the care that he deserves as well. Too bad he's in a cage, though. I'm like, why is that monkey in a cage? Like, I get it, but I'm just like, I hate animal cruelty when they're just stuck in a cage. Like, I hate that. Like, when I go, not that I go to the RSPCA a lot, but you just see animals and, oh my God, why are they in containers? Like, why? A zoo is different, sure, but when you see animals, like, like I can't even bear it. Like, it's awful, but at least it's getting the cat he deserves as well. So I think that's interesting as well. But yeah, interesting stuff here as well. Okay, so we're going to do the RT score now. Now, I would count the other score, but the score, the critic score, I would say, I'm gonna call it the critic score. When I heard the score for the movie, I'm like, why is it at 38? I think that's what it said. Why is that 38? Like, people hate this movie so much. And I saw the movie for myself, by the way, and I thought it was phenomenally fantastic. What? What's the score? So we're not going to even mention that awful score. Anyway, it's got a better score now because the movie finally came out in theaters. So it's at 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got a hot, it's got a really, what do you call it? Like, I don't know a lot about the Rotten Tomatoes score, but it's got a hot Rotten Tomatoes. Oh my God, that's fantastic. Like, have you heard a movie doing that success? That is freaking amazing. That's awesome as well. Like, I noticed, like, you can get, like, a fresh tomato. This doesn't have a fresh tomato. It's got a hot Rotten Tomato score, which is fantastic. So a lot of people like this movie. And I'm going to tell you, my mum was talking about this the other day. Like, I haven't heard not one single person dislike this movie. I'm not even kidding. Like, I haven't heard anyone complaining about this movie. People love it. So I'm not sure where that actually came from, or the horrible RT score as well, to a degree. But yeah, we won't talk about that. We're just happy that this movie is a success. Sorry. So yeah, so also what really helps also is I've been seeing a lot of Michael Jackson stuff on social media. So that also helps the movie too, because when it comes to social media, views start to pump up like crazy. And I've seen a couple of spoilers because I've seen the movie, so I'm allowed to look at spoilers now. As well. So yeah, so I've seen people post old music video clips of him. It's fantastic what this movie has achieved. And I don't see a lot of biopics do that. Like Elvis didn't do that, Whitney didn't do that. I'm not quite sure because I didn't see those movies in theaters, so I'm not sure if they had the same track record as Michael. But I saw the movie in theaters, so I think Michael's gone beyond in those movies as well. So it's fantastic that he's charting #1 on the charts on Spotify, but also social media really helps the movie. Like, if you hear chatter on social media, it means that it's a good movie. So, as well. Although, speaking of, there's a social media ban here where I am in Australia, and it doesn't affect me. Don't worry, I'm over 16. I think they did this, what was it, like last year, maybe the year before. So yeah, so they're talking about on the news here that, there's a lot of mental health issues in the world because of social media, obviously, because social media can be your enemy, but also can be good as well. It's like your brain, like, my mum and I were discussing this the other day. Like, it's also like your brain can be your worst enemy, but also can be your ally. So it's an equal balance, So yeah, so they banned social media for people who are under 16, and that's good because you don't want kids to look up things. I'm guilty because I've done that, but I'm trying not to do that anymore because it's really bad for myself. So there's that also, but I'm glad they banned it over 16 because and people, as I might have seen something about people complaining about it, like parents and stuff like. Oh yeah, so I might have heard people complain about it because when I said, they're complaining about it, I'm like, why would you complain about something that is safety for your kids? Like, and TikTok's a big thing now. As well, there's also a couple of other things as well that are, not great for kids to see as well. So I'm glad. I'm not sure if it's everywhere. It's only here. It's only over 16-year-olds, and plus I've got little cousins, so I do kind of worried of what they would see on social media as well. So it's all about protecting, the next generation. Also, this next generation, unfortunately, has grown up in streaming, social media. So it's a lot. But I'm glad that they've banned that for younger viewers as well. I'm not sure once you're 16 you get internet access. I'm not quite sure about that, but it's under. Is it over or under? I'm pretty sure it's over 16. As well. So it only affects them. Doesn't affect me, because I'm over that number and I am 24. So yes, don't need to worry about it. But I thought that was interesting as well. So those are my thoughts on Michael charting the Spotify, hitting #1 on the Spotify charts, and also the RT score as well. We talked about a couple of other things as well. So what do you think? Stay tuned for Michael because we will talk about the Michael movie, the second movie, because that has been confirmed. So we'll discuss that later on as well. So make sure to like, share, subscribe to Mel's Big City, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye guys!